Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Potty Plant Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we are here to talk about Nicolas Cage's newest film, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I put a couple of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies up here. This movie is a celebration of Nicolas Cage and his career. I was all here for it. I was looking forward to this movie, and it delivers. So let's talk about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and Tiffany Haddish. It was directed by Tom Gormekin and is produced by Kevin Eaton and Samson Mook. And this movie tells the story of Nicolas Cage. He feels like his career is kind of dying and on the downslope, and he's desperate for some money because he's in debt, which actually I think that's the reason why Nicolas Cage has been doing so many movie roles over the past several years, was to pay off debts. So it does poke fun at that. And he agrees to go to this millionaire's birthday party for $1 million, who's played by Pedro Pascal. And when he gets there, they find they really like each other and they become best friends. But the CIA or whoever, some government organization with Tiffany Haddish, they're like, hey, he's an arms dealer. He's a bad dude. He's a drug dealer. And he's going to try, arms dealer, drug dealer, whatever. And he's going to try and rig the presidential election in Spain by intimidating this guy not to run because he kidnapped his daughter. And they're like, we need you to find the daughter and help us out here. So I was looking forward to this movie because I love Nicolas Cage. He's had a great career. He's a Hollywood legend. And he's a very likable person. He's a very likable actor. He's been in some of my favorite films like The Rock, Face Off, Con Air, and even the more serious ones like Adaptation, and the amazing and underrated Coen Brothers film Raising Arizona. I love that movie. I think that's one of their best. I think it's very underrated. You've never seen Raising Arizona or Adaptation, check those out. I think he got nominated for an Oscar for Adaptation, and he won for Leaving Las Vegas. So he's a Hollywood legend. He can do the serious stuff, he can do the funny stuff, and he can do the really bad movies too. But he's seen it all, and he's a legend all the more for it. And this movie is a celebration of him and his career, and it like I said, it really does not disappoint. So let's talk about it. So for one thing, it's a very self-aware and meta movie. This movie knows what it is. It's not so self-aware and so meta to the point where it's just one of those turn your brain off movies where it's just it knows it's not good. It's not like that. It actually is a good movie, and part of the reason is because it's so self-aware and because it's so meta. Nicolas Cage makes fun of himself and the tropes pertaining to him and his career, and this movie would not have worked if he was not all in for making jokes about that stuff. It is a very funny movie as well. Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal are very funny in the movie. The jokes are really cleverly written. They have great chemistry with each other. They have a really good friendship that just helps really make this movie what this is. This movie rides on that friendship, and it's just so good. This movie is very fun for Nicolas Cage fans. I think there's a little something in here for Nicolas Cage, for each Nicolas Cage fan. It's got great references to his older movies. They talk about his older movies. And it's just, like I said, it's a celebration of his career. And it really, for Nicolas Cage fans, I think this will completely satisfy you. I think Pedro Pascal is probably the funniest aspect of the movie. He is really, really good in the movie. He's so funny in this film, even more so than Nicolas Cage. He is just downright hilarious. I loved every minute of him in this film. It's very charming and enjoyable film. The ending made me smile. I was sitting there while this movie was wrapping up just with a big smile on my face. In the movie, Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage are talking about making a screenplay together. And in the film, they're like, well, what if we did this, and then at the end, it'll turn into this, and that way it has something for everyone. Well, this movie does the same thing. It's more of a comedy with some drama in it, and then at the end, it's an action film, which is like they talked about, so I thought that was really clever. Also, you see this in the trailer, but there's a younger Nicolas Cage in the film. I won't go into aspects as to what it is. It's not really a spoiler because you see it the beginning of the movie, but just in case. I won't talk about exactly what it is, but the de-aging technology on Nicolas Cage, as you even see in the trailer, is really good. Really, really good. This is a very original film as well. I love original filmmaking. And I mean, yeah, it's got some comedy tropes and whatever, but like they sat down and came up with an original screenplay with not necessarily an original concept, but they made it feel original the way they did it. So I appreciated that very much. Let's see, did I skip anything by accident? No, that's about it. So let's get into my cons. This movie isn't laugh out loud funny as much as you would think. There's more chuckles in this than there are laugh out loud moments, but there are some really funny moments. There's this great sequence where Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage are both on LSD, and it's that whole scene is just fantastic. They start getting really paranoid. You see it in the trailer where like they're trying to get over this wall. It's just it really is so funny, but mostly the movie isn't laugh out loud hilarious. So yeah, that's the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent for you. It's not like one of the all-time great comedies or anything, but I really enjoyed it for what it is, and I'm going to give the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent an 80. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pod Planet Entertainment for. Hit the like button, leave me reviews, suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Pod Planet Entertainment for channel updates, and much love.